operations. I'm going to give you this even though the book doesn't give you this. Write this down. Somewhere underneath here. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Write that down. Something for you to remember for now and all time. What does that have to do with anything? Anybody? Oh,
Is there a group or something?
it is. It's the way to remember the order of operations. Looking at the first letter of all of these words, it kind of tells you the order in which you're supposed to do operations. By the way, what are math operations? There's only 4 of them. Add, subtract, multiply, divide. When you're given those choices, how are you supposed to do them? The letter P stands for parentheses. You always do parentheses first. We also call those grouping symbols. They're not always parentheses, but parentheses are the most common one. Then you've got the letter E. Everybody know what that stands for? Exponents, which are powers and roots. M, maybe you've heard of this before, multiply and divide. They're on the same level, actually. Multiply and divide from left to right. We won't get as much into this as we will next year. And then the last one, A and S, probably are add and subtract from left to right. Okay, those are your order of operations, your different levels of order of operations. First thing you always want to do is see if you can do some parentheses. And after parentheses, if there happen to be some exponents. And then you always do multiplication. Gosh, I can't do it. You always do multiplication before you do addition and subtraction. I see you're very excited about this, so let's see what we have here. So here's your problem. What are the odds I could actually shrink this? Anybody? Not good. Maybe. Sure not. Write down this example problem. Let us say we have 2 times 8 plus 2 times 6. Okay. If you start at the top of the order of operations, are there any parentheses or grouping symbols? There are not. Are there any powers or exponents? There are not. So we can bypass the first 2. Okay, the next thing you have to do is multiplication or division from left to right. And the first thing I see is I have a multiplication problem here. 2 times 8 is 16. Okay, and then I have a multiplication problem here. 2 times 6 is 12. You have to do both of those multiplications before you even do anything with this addition sign. So 16 plus 12, once you get the multiplication done, you go to the next one, which is addition subtraction. 16 plus 12 is 28. Okay, you're not allowed to go 16 plus 2 and then multiply by 6. You have to do this multiplication, that multiplication, then add. Did we do this before? All right, after that, let's move on, because I can see you mesmerized once again. With music in the background. Oh, here's one. I love it when they do this. This is the cat's meow. 0.5 plus 0.5 divided by 0.5 minus 0.5 times, guess what? 0.5. So what should I do first, ladies and gentlemen? No grouping symbols, no exponents, no powers. You won't have to worry about exponents, powers. That comes along later, but I thought I'd give it out to you now. Alex, I'm going to do?
Multiply first.
I don't actually. First thing I do is divide this. Okay, division and multiplication fall on the same level. Okay, and then you work just like you read it. If you got two that fall on the same level, then you do it from left to right first. So you do the left side one first. In this case, it wouldn't matter, but sometimes it does, so it's a good habit just to get into. What is 0.5 divided by 0.5? It's a tough one. 1. Anything divided by itself is 1. I still have this 0.5 here, right? Can you see that green stuff? And then I do what's 0.5 times 0.5? 0.25 minus 0.25. So that takes care of my multiplication and division from left to right. Now I do adding and subtracting from left to right. They fall on the same level too. These are adding and subtracting, so you go from left to right. What is 0.5 plus 1? 1.5. And then I subtract 0.25 from that. Is this the adverb song or what is this? That's from who? The project formula. Okay. Questions on that? Let's do one more.
Oh, we got a question. Isn't that supposed to be 1.75? Yes.
No, it's minus.
Oh.
Plus these two, minus that one. Good thinking there. Let's drop another bomb on that one. How about this one? 2. Well, that's not anywhere near what I need. 2 times 8 plus 6. So again, there with order of operations, the top level of order of operations is parentheses. So I must do this first. 8 plus 6 is 14. And what's it mean if a number is outside of parentheses like that? Multiplication. 2 times 14 is 28. What's this one? Objects in infinitives? That's incorrectly. All right, I'm going to give you one to do. We're going to try one here. You do this for me. 3 plus 3 times 3 minus 3. Who's in there?
5th grade, 7th grade. 7th grade. That explains why there's so many.
There you go. Do that for me and see what you get. So they do out music. You have an answer? Sammy Bounders on
11.
11. Are they jumping on the 11 bandwagon? Looks like a good number of them. Let us check it out. First thing you should do is multiplication. So you end up with 3 plus 9. And then the next thing you should do is division, which is 3 divided by 3, which is a minus. You have to keep that sign 1. Now, addition, subtraction from left to right. 3 plus 9 is 12. 12 minus 1 is, in fact,